Hello everyone, Hemal here with a weekly update on the markets. Before I do that, let's look at the quick disclaimer. Okay, as always, we'll start a weekend update with the weekly charts and see how the indexes did, and then we'll flip on to daily charts and then just a couple quick things. So, nice week, it was down marginally, so only 0.96%, which is good. We want the market to ebb and flow and not really go extreme one way or the other. So spiders, so nice. It's only 2% above the pivot point here from the flat base. Let's look at Qs. Little more volume than the prior two up weeks, but again, way under the average volume here. Down by 1.2% for the week. So again, it is breaking through this cup with handle and very tight formation right there, which is good. Let's look at IWM, which continues to be super strong, as we can see here. It is pulling the 10-week moving average with it, which is really nice. So it's 12% above the pivot point, the buy point here. So doing really, really good. Volume is very healthy. So this one is running higher too quickly. However, it can do that, right? It's a good thing. So let's look at the ACWI. Just a tight week here. So it's forming 3-week tights, which is a very tight action. Again, marginally down 0.58%. Now this one is interesting, 50. So as we can see, it's tightening up here on the right side, which is really good. So if this can break through pivot, which is right underneath pivot, that will really bring a lot more money into the market, because this is what I normally like to trade and invest in, which are the growth stocks. This is what it tracks, the top 50 growth stocks, and it is all computerized, so there is no emotions involved. So looking really good. We have had 4 up weeks in this. Let's look at Dow. Also tight action here. So that pretty much covers the weekly charts. So before I go to daily charts, let me show you which continues to remain a concern. So the bull versus bear is at 64.4. This is at really high extreme level of bullishness. And this is just one of the survey, but most of the surveys are pointing to the same direction. So this kind of a sentiment, every time that happens, there has been a pullback to some extent. I'm not saying it will be a catastrophic pullback, but the sentiment has to come down. And when we combine this with call put ratio, which is also very low, we can see that right here. That is just a sign for caution. Now let's go to the daily charts, and we can further talk about that very quick here. So let's look at spiders. So this is tightening up. As we can see, the Bollinger Band is only 5% apart, which is good. So I have been talking about how different paths this can travel, and it closed down, it opened down, closed higher, opened down, closed higher. So again, it's tightening up on the right side here. So it's really setting up for hopefully a breakout, but we'll see which direction it goes. So a good week overall. Last week it was down marginally, as we saw. Let's look at Qs. Same thing. I was talking about it being supported by the 21-day moving average, which is what happened, which is positive. Again, lower open, higher close. We can also look at that in an hourly chart here. So open lower, and then in the closing there was a buy volume coming in, buy orders coming in. Let's look at IWM, which continues to be stronger. So this is in a very nice uptrend. Compare this to spiders and the Qs. They are not really in a very nice uptrend. They're still in kind of a just breaking out of that box, as we saw on the weekly chart. ACWI, again, tightening up here. We looked at 50. So we can see this is a really nice action. It's tightening up here, just getting ready. So we saw it was a base. It was more like a flat base, but you can see it's just like a cup formation here and forming a handle, lower volume in the handle. So if this breaks out, it can bring a lot more money in from the sidelines, and then can really help us make some progress. Dow, same thing, tightening up. Really tight action, as we can see the tightening up action here on the right side, which is really good. So this could be the launching pad I was talking about. So as cautious as I am about the market, and I've been talking for weeks and days now, that doesn't mean that market may not go up. So I've been saying I can see another leg higher. Now that may happen. It can get melt up and really go parabolic for the short term, which could lead to some pullback in the aggressiveness of the bullish behavior or bullish sentiment that we see out there, or it can just go sideways, and that by itself will work that bullishness off the cliff. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Now I did sell a couple stocks last week. Actually, I sold 3 stocks last week. So Disney, I sold as per plan. This is the price I sold at, $169. I also got out of RP. So this is where I sold right there. So that's how it did. And then I got out of Dropbox, which was up significantly after hours. So I got out at $22. So these were the 3 stocks I sold for multiple reasons. I have covered those in separate videos. So I'm going to see if a stock is setting up, which I am going to create a plan for one at least for tomorrow buy. So if I'm seeing a setup, I may go in maybe at a lower percentage of my position that I would normally buy right off the start. But if I see a setup, I may just buy it, and this is more longer term buys that I may plan. Maybe tomorrow, maybe rest of the week, or maybe when I see there is a good setup. So we'll see how it goes. So I still have money on the sidelines and cash from the stocks I liquidated. So I may put that money to work only if I see a real solid stock setting up that is on my long-term buy list. So I hope everyone is doing well, and let us see what this week brings for us. Have a good one. Take care.